Morning, guys. Welcome back to Value Customs. Today we got the old shop truck here in the shop. Shop truck in the shop. We're gonna raise that up while we're talking. The other day I was under it and we noticed some stuff that probably wasn't real safe. We picked it up at my other shop. We got a two-post hoist down there, and we picked it up and we noticed a little bit of rust problem there. It kind of made me a little nervous about having it in the air while it was. So today we're going to tackle that issue. We had to order some parts. Took a little while. Nobody in town has these particular things. And yeah, today we're going to fix that. But I do want to tell you, if you watched the previous videos I had on my shop truck here, it's a 93 Chevrolet regular cab, long box, OBS. For all you Chevy lovers out there. I said I was going to sell this truck. Well, some things might have changed. I did purchase another truck I was going to use for a shop truck. If you recall, this thing's got a Tommy lift, Eagle lift, whatever you want to call it on the back of it. I purchased another truck with the same equipment on the back. And that was a 2006 Chevy pickup. And after driving it for a few days, I like my OBS. If you've ever had one of these, you know what I'm talking about. They're comfortable. The seats are comfortable. Everything about this truck is I don't know, it's just comfortable. It's just a comfortable old truck. And it's tough to beat. We'll lower this down on the locks here and we'll grab a couple lights and we'll jet underneath it. Whoa! One of the locks didn't lock. That could have been catastrophe. There we got it. There we got it. Here, let's watch it. Let's make sure we gotta pay attention while we're doing this. Looks like we got them all. It looks level. Well, that was just about a bad deal right there. We'll grab a couple of lights over here real quick and we'll jet underneath this here and we'll try to get some lights on the situation. Give me just a second here. I know that wasn't very professional filming right there where you were looking off into space. But if you own one of these trucks, basically any truck from back in the day, this is something you should check out. Like I said, we picked this truck up on a two-post lift. And so it was just kind of hanging there. All the wheels were hanging off the ground and we took a look at it. And I'm gonna turn this camera around and you're gonna see what I'm talking about. Right there's the U-bolts that mount the rear end to the truck. And if you can see, they're kind of Bluetooth right there. A little bit of rust action happened in there. That one's real close to being Bluetooth, and that's the only thing holding that on. There's some on each side. We'll go over here. We'll see. Well, they're not quite rusted all the way through yet. Let's check out this side. Yeah, that side doesn't look so great either. Yeah, well, oh, they're still holding in there. But yeah, that's probably gonna be a problem at some point. So I had to get on the old Jungle website and find some new ones. Because unfortunately, the multitude of parts stores we have in this town, nobody carries U-bolts. We can go to the shop and have them custom made for me, but I don't know. That doesn't seem like it's very viable. So I waited a couple days. The Jungle sent them to me, and they look right. I do believe before I go much farther, I'll set you down. We're gonna get this up in the air there like that. I know it's probably tough, but we're gonna open up this here package of new U-bolts. If I can get them out of the bag. And we're gonna kind of just stick them up here. We're gonna make sure they're gonna fit before we go ahead and cut this apart. Well, they sure look like they will. So, we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna get these out of there. We're gonna try to clean this up. see about getting some new bolts hanging onto our rear end here before we hit a bump and have a bit of a problem. So I'm gonna try to find a good spot for this light to hang out so we can see what the heck we're doing. Is that gonna work? Not real well. Not real well. Well, let's move some of my goods here, and let's I think I got everything out here. I'm kind of prepared. No, I'm not even gonna try to unbolt them. I'm just gonna whack them off there. Hey, that sounded horrible. I'm just gonna cut them off, and we can't whack nothing off here on this here video, but we'll cut them off and we'll try to get them out of there cleaned up and get some new ones in there holding that on. And while we're under here, we also noticed something. This truck was kind of loud. We were trying to figure out why it was loud, and I said, well, I'm sick of listening to it rumble. So I think we found the problem. We can go up here and look. We got a catalytic converter up there. We're coming back to this pipe right here, and we're going along on, oh, hey, look, there's a muffler. That's not even really the problem. The problem is, there's my hand inside the muffler. She's not muffing so much anymore. It's kind of left the chat, that old muffler did. So, it's not a race truck. We're going to also address that issue since we're under here. And we'll probably just figure out an easier way to make that work out for us. So anyway, all right, back to the problem at hand. Get this light down here. I'm gonna try to get you a camera so we can see what we're doing. I'm gonna get me some ear protections, some eye protections, and we're gonna just try to cut that out of there. I can already see I'm going to probably need me a hammer of some sort and some sort of tool to clean that rust out from in there. So I'm gonna jet over, grab a hammer real quick, and I will be back in a jiffy. Hang on. Alright, we're back. I grabbed the garbage can here too, so we can just try to kind of keep a little bit clean while we're playing old whack-a-mole with this thing. Yeah. Let's see what happens if I just... Maybe I should have grabbed the right size socket, a ratchet, a wrench. What is this thing? That's a wrench. That's a wrench. Let me grab the right one real quick. Ah, we're back. Is this one gonna fit it? Nope. This one gonna fit it? Well, it's supposed to. A little rusty. A little tight there. We'll make it fit. We'll make it fit. I'm gonna put some mittens on though. Get some mittens. Mittens are your friend. If you go to old Harbor Freight, these mittens here, They're pretty cheap. They keep your hands from getting all beat up. So let's see what happens here. Oops, sorry about the camera view. Huh, that's kind of weird. That nut's actually moving. Wow, I figured that'd fall right out considering that's not there. But anyway, let's cut that other side off and see if we can't get that to break loose. So, we got the old death wheel over here. We're gonna throw that on there. I can't imagine that that's just gonna buzz off there, so maybe it would have. Maybe I should just try to buzz them off with the old impact. What do you think about that? Let's try that. Yeah, let's see. What size are them? Them are 13/16. We got that right there. Let's get some Freol, my favorite old Freol, and see if that'll come off before we spray a little down its gullets here. I just have a funny feeling they're not going to come off. So, but you never know. One never knows. There. Freol. I know I've showed it in the videos before. I've tried everything. I've tried the WD-40, the PB Blaster, what's the one that says wrench something? I forget the name of that. I've tried that. I have not tried that Croyle. I haven't tried that yet. We got some of this free from a buddy of mine that worked in a store that sold it. They had some little miniature bottles that were, I don't know, demonstration bottles or whatnot, and kind of like the stuff. It smells good and it works darn good. So let's try this out. We'll get the old DeWalt impact on her and see if any of this stuff wants to move before I go ahead and cut it off. I'm gonna bet it doesn't, but well, doesn't even want to go on there. Doesn't even want to go on there at all. Well, go on the broken one. Yeah, well, let's try to buzz that broken one off there. Oh, wow. Wow, who'd have thought that? Not me. Not me would I thought that was coming off there. So, let's give that another shot here. Let's try to get that on there. Huh. Might be a little tricky to get back off. But wow. I'm shocked. How are you? 93 to 2024, what's that? 31 years that I've been on there. I'm pretty shocked that that came off. Now we can get the nut back out of there. Well, 2 for 2, let's go for this side. Here, I was prepared to cut them off. I was prepared to do that. Let's see if we got lucky 3 times in a row. Wow. I am shocked. Well, let's go for 4. Let's go for 4. Hey, by the way, while I'm doing this, I just want to thank you for tuning in, checking us out, watching us do a little maintenance here and there. We do have some pretty big builds that we got coming up and finishing up. Kind of waiting for parts for some of that stuff. So in the meantime, we will just kind of do some maintenance on some old jalopies that we got. This being the current jalopy. Yeah, I don't think that socket wants to come back and play no more. We'll get it off there. It'll come off there. Yeah, there we go. Well, let's try this one. One more. What do you think? We gonna get lucky again? Oh, it would be if we were going the right way, probably. Oh yeah, that's, oh, look how rusty that one was. Look at how rusty that one was. That was just about Bluetooth, just like this one. She wasn't far away. So, let's see if we can get these broke out of there. Throw that all in the garbage right here. That's why I got a garbage can right below me. Try to save a little bit on the shop space mess. You know, the 2-post hoist, they have their purpose, and so do the 4-post, the drive-ons here, they all have a purpose. Like I said, we had this truck up on that 2-post, and that's when you notice this, and that really makes you kind of a little nervous when you got that up in the air like that. Look at all that rust coming out. Wow, that's kind of crazy. A little dirty. A little dirty, look at that. That's a few years of build-up. You definitely want to take a peek under your old truck, whether it's Chevy, Ford, Dodge. If it's a leaf spring truck, they all have these. So you definitely want to take a peek at that. This is just something you don't think about. Next thing you know, your rear differential will be hanging out the back of your truck, kind of not the way it's supposed to be. And that would be a bad day. Nobody wants a bad day. We'll have to work on getting that one out of there. We gotta try to get this here washer off. We're moving the whole bracketry, and we don't want to do that for fear of causing a bigger problem. So, that side's gonna come off easier. Let's get that out of the way. And that the garbage can. I want to get this whole thing off so we can get that cleaned out. That makes me nervous right there, because that's brake fluid. Yeah, we just caused a bigger problem. Something might happen. We move that around enough, and we cracked the brake line right there. Fantastic! That's what we like to see. Yep. Then we go grab a rag. I was a little worried about that when we had that U-bolt up against the brake line. Got the same problem on the other side. The odds are that's gonna break too. So let's slope down our fittings here on our brake line. Might as well soak down the other side, because the odds are that's gonna come apart too. Get the cap off our bleeder. That kind of tells me that hasn't been apart either since it was pretty much new. Hopefully we didn't just make our whole day kind of suck. This is supposed to be a quick, easy project. I don't think it's going to be the way it looks. Get that off there. That and the bleeder. Well, I guess might as well continue getting going here. Let's get that out of the way. That's tough to see. Wipe my hands off. Now it's splashing in my face, and I really don't like that. That kind of sucks. Let me go get another pry bar. Throw this here rag up here so it stops splashing me. I don't like that. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do? Hang on. I just went and grabbed me a vice grip here. I'll get you over here so you can see. I'm just going to pinch off this brake line. Considering this brake line, it's gonna have to be changed anyway. Let's just stop it from leaking on me and call it good. Oh, it's got a spring all the way across it. Can't do that. I can't do that. Huh. Thank you, Chevrolet. You did good. You did good. You made that brake line non-collapsible. We'll get her though. Somehow we'll get it. Not sure how just yet. That didn't work. Well, what do we got going on? There's our leak. There's our leak. So, at least we'll get it over here so it could drip into the garbage can instead of all over me. Maybe. There. Well, I contemplate how to stop it from dripping. There, solved that problem somewhat. I'll go over here. Let's crimp off the end of that right there. Okay. There. We just got to twist it into a kink. Finally stopped it. Well, no, it didn't. Boy, she's a stubborn one. Anyway, it's out of our way for now. Eventually it'll run out of fluid and quit. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay, let's get back to what we were doing over here. I got you situated back up so you can watch me break some more crap. We gotta get this little washer off of here. That's kind of what's hanging us up here. She's kind of seized. She's seized on it. What happens if we... Doesn't want to come off there all that bad. It will. We will win. We will win. Maybe we'll win. We'll win getting this crap out of my way is what we'll win. That brake line's over there still dripping away. Still dripping away. How about a little breaker loose stuff here? Oh yeah, that's another name of a penetrating oil. Breaker loose. That's pretty loud. Oh, hey, hit the camera. Don't do that. We're not winning very much here. We're not winning at all. How come? How come? I just hope we don't have a problem with that differential being rusted through right there. That could be bad. That could be bad as well. Kinda at such an angle here, I can't get a good swing at it. It is. I'm gonna move this camera so I don't break it. We'll go over here. Try to get you a little different view as I can play whack-a-mole here. Yeah, that's not working very well. Just getting me frustrated. Just getting me frustrated. So let's unattach it. Someone else up. Give up. Hey. Yep. We did. We won. We won. We are the champions. Oh, wait. Not really. The camera just got messed up here. Hang on. Getting y'all dizzy. I get it. I get it. Hey, I never said I was a photographer or videographer or any of that stuff. I'm just in a guy in the garage with some tools, breaking stuff, trying to fix stuff, trying to make things better. Anyway, we got that off of there. We'll clean that out real quick with our handy little screwdriver, if I can figure out where I put that. Reach around the dripping brake fluid. Don't let that drip on your head. And we'll scrape this out real good. Boy, that's pretty solid in there. That's pretty solid. That's been years. Years and years and years in the making. That is kind of fossilized. I did notice something when this popped apart, and I'm a little worried about it. So I'm kind of avoiding it at the moment. But I'll show you here. I think that probably be good enough. Get this dirt knocked off of here real quick. Get this bamby hammy out of the way. Get this all cleaned up here. Only because I'm procrastinating. I'm a little nervous. You see this here? Some of that's dirt. Let's pray that that is not in to the axle itself. It does have a wear right there. We're gonna grab a rag and try to wipe that off and pray that that is not gear lube, because if that is gear lube, we have a problem. Well, luckily, it doesn't smell like gear lube, so I think we might be all right. We might have been just lucky. There's the oh, look at there. She was just about 8 through on the other side too, so we don't need that no more. We do need a couple of these slung back over the top. If we can get them to go down and go back up over the, we should probably clean that off, I suppose. The top bracket, well, that don't look so terrible. Get some of the rust out from underneath that. There's supposed to be a little plastic silencer up in there, but I think that has left the chat as well. So we're gonna just leave it to its own demise. And a couple of these bolts started up here are ready for us anyway. Get that down over the top. Oops. Forgot about that broken brake line that we gotta go behind. There. All right, get this guy back up where it needs to be. Okay, hey, look at that. She's looking pretty good already. She's looking pretty good already. I am going to de-glove, I believe, because it's going to be hard to put these nuts and washers on with gloves on. So, that cleaned out. You know, it really isn't that tough to do, fellas, to fix these things. It is kind of a pain, though. You can do it on the ground, on the jacks, whatever. I recommend, if you are going to fix one of these, keep the weight on the truck. Keep the weight on the tires, just like I'm doing here. Don't jack it up in the air and let that dangle. If you let that dangle, that axle will fall out of there, or it'll hang down there, and even if you leave the other side on, if you don't have all that rust built up in there, obviously you're probably not gonna have a problem with it. But if you do, you want to get that all the way off so you can clean it out. That little cradle on the bottom, I don't know what it's called. I'm sure there's a technical term for it, and somebody will say something down there in the comments and tell me what it's actually called. But you want to clean that out. If you have to, just do one of these at a time if you can. That's what I was going to attempt to do, but it didn't work out that way, so we moved ahead the way we did. And we'll snap her back together here quick. This is where I run into a problem because my socket still has part of the other bolt in it. And I might have to walk over to the vise real quick and persuade that to remove itself from my socket, because I need it. And it doesn't want to let loose. I'll be right back. And we're back. We ran the air hose over here. Kind of done playing with the old electric impact. Now I don't want to be that guy that argues with somebody about electric and air and whatever, and all you new guys that are fanboys of Milwaukee or DeWalt or Hercules or whatever other brand you like. Us old school dudes, been around a long time. And it's tough to beat air. Now, this is a kind of a light duty 1/2-inch impact Blue Point. I do have a bigger snap-on. That is probably a good 25 years old. That's in the drawer over there. I bought this new one, it was on sale. I still like air tools. Unfortunately, I don't have my shop here plumbed correctly for it yet, so I don't like throwing the air hose across the floor, across the shop, but I'm going to do it for this one. I tried to play nice with the electric, and again, I don't argue with you fanboys of the oh, cordless is better and all this and that, but you just saw that. That's a fairly new DeWalt 1/2-inch impact, and before you get on me, oh, it's not Milwaukee, it's not red. Hey, I already had a whole shelf full of DeWalt. I wasn't changing brands just because the fanboys tell me to. So I bought him a DeWalt, and it's worked for most light duty stuff. But when it comes to something like this, there's no comparison to air. You can go ahead and argue with me. I've been doing this for many years, and I'm sure you have too. So you like what you like, I like what I like, and let's be friends. All right, here we go. Let's get this off here. See? Air doesn't play. Crappy old electric. Oh, you're going to say the battery wasn't charged up, or you're going to say, oh, you should have done this, you should have done that. I should have done is grab the air from the start. That's what I should have done. And I wouldn't have got this problem. Oh yeah, she gold up some threads in there. Took the threads right off of that. Let's get you a close-up. Well, let's get that off there because we can't use that now. Now I got an issue. Now I don't have enough to fix this truck. So, look at that. Putting a brand new nut on there. She took the threads right off just like it was 100 years old. Hell, I think the old rusty one was probably better than that. Wow, that's terrible. Heck, it did that side too. Isn't that insane? Almost makes me not want to put the new one on there. Guess I shouldn't shop at Amazon. I didn't think there'd be that big a difference in a freaking U-bolt. But look at me. I might have been wrong. Let's try again though. Nice thing about it is we got 2 more tries. I don't know what I'm going to do for the other side, but we got 2 more tries on this one. I need to back that off a little bit so I can get this one up in there. And let's hope we don't take these threads off too. Oh, and it is. Yeah. There ain't no threads. There ain't no threads left there already. Wow, that's insane. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? That is some cheap garbage right there. We're going to give it our best shot, though, to try to make it work. Because we still got to back off a little bit. It must be like a grade 2 bolt or something. Wow. Well, that video is going to turn into what not to do, as far as don't buy your U-bolts from the jungle. It looks like they are some of the softest things you can get on there. We may have to just put a band-aid on this for now and move forward with our exhaust problem. What we got going on here? This one doesn't even want to start. Wow, that's crooked to start. Wow. Hey, I would say don't buy from the Jungle website when you're looking for U-bolts. Holy crap, that's some gnarly cheap shit right there. I hate to say that out loud, but wow. Oh, look at there. Got it started with them crooked threads. That's pretty cool. Let's lube that, because try to save it, try to use it. I kind of got to have this truck tomorrow, so we're going to do what we can to do this, even if I have to do it again later. 31, but I don't think we did because it's not sitting in there. Well, guys, I hate to say it, but I'm not going to do the other side. I know the air compressor's kind of loud on us here. That's the downfall of having power. Well, it's in there. It's better than what it was, but it's not good. Before we go and take the other side apart, we're going to find some new ones, because that right there is some hot garbage right there. Yeah, that is just, it's terrible. Look at how crappy that thing is. I'll guarantee you if I leave that, that ain't going to last the 30, what I say, 31 years that the first ones almost did. I mean, we can't really say it did because it was in pieces, but all right, well, that's that right there, that's a don't buy that at Amazon. This turned into an infomercial that says don't buy that at Amazon. That is a bad idea. So let's move on to our next project. No muff too tough over here. That's what we got over here. We'll get us a light bulb going over here. You know, it's not even that hot in here. Thermometer on the wall says it's like 69, 70 degrees. And I am leaking. I'm sweating like crazy. I don't know what the deal is. So, all right, what we're gonna do, we're just going to take and try to cut that pipe right there. Right behind the oxygen sensor, which is up there. We're gonna try to cut that off. That catalytic converter is what, 31 years old, just like them rusty shackle bolts back there. So we're gonna grab Sawzall. We're gonna do our best to just cut that nice and straight, clean this up a little bit, and get us a new pipe on there. So I'm gonna put you down. I know this is gonna be exciting, watching the Sawzall work and cut. Can y'all see that? Yeah, you'll be able to see that, but we gotta do it, gotta do it. So let me gear up with my ear covers and my eyeball covers, and we'll get us some Sawzall action. I probably should have put a new blade on the old Sawzall, because this one looks well used. So we'll see. Now, I'll tell you, I use Sawzalls probably not the way a guy should, so we buy them at the Harbor Freight. And they'll say that's a Chicago Electric old Sawzall right there. We don't spend a lot of money on Sawzalls and grinders because we go through them. Now you'll say, well, buy a better one, they'll last longer. Will they? I mean, will they really? I've had Bosch ones, I've had DeWalt ones. They seem to burn up just like these cheap ones do. The only difference is this is like 19 bucks, and that last Bosch one I bought was like $100 and some. It burned up just as easy as these cheap crappers do. So I buy the cheap ones now. Hey, that floor's in the way. Let's give this a shot. I know it seemed like it took a long time to cut. It didn't. I wasn't putting hardly any pressure on it. I was trying to make sure that I got somewhat of a clean cut. I didn't say straight cut, I said clean cut. So let's see what we got hanging back here. Got ourselves a bracket. Let's cut that off real quick. I believe we got her loose. Work your way out of here. Oh, that's heavy. That trigger's heavy. I could be wrong, but I think that converter weighs about 30 pounds. Maybe that's one of them valuable ones. What do you think? Think that's a valuable one? I don't know. Well, what I got was, I got myself, take my ear protection off so I quit screaming. All right. I got a fan going because I'm, like I said a minute ago, I'm melting. What I got is I got just some straight pipe and I got me a muffler. So, we're gonna throw all this pipe up in there real quick and test fit it. Now I know I don't need the whole 7 feet of it, 7.5 feet, whatever I got. But I do want to make sure it fits over that pipe before. And it don't. It is the same exact size. So, I guess we will be going to the parts store and getting us a sleeve. Suppose I could weld it, but I don't particularly want to do that. So, okay. We're going to take a break here. We're going to make a quick parts run. We'll be right back. Alright. Take two. We're going to try to get this bleeder out of there before we get that line off below it, because I can't get a wrench on it. Hopefully this bleeder comes out. Ah, seems like she's turning. Get that bleeder out of the way. See if we can't get that. Wow, that came out of there pretty easy, so I got pretty good hopes that that line will come off there. Look at that. That's special. Who'd have thunk? Alright. So I got my fancy 9/16 wrench. I got these off the old Amazon website. I know it sounds stupid, but I got them off there. These are a line wrench that goes on there like so. Get it pushed on and she'll ratchet. She'll go all the way around. Let's pray it comes loose. Ah, and it did, but it pinched my finger. Dang it, that hurt. That's just spinning the line, but that's all right. That line's already broke, so there. That line fell off. Now it makes it a lot easier. I can get a socket up in there if we had to. Okay. Get that all the way out of there. Okay, perfect, perfect. And we dropped that on the floor. Oh, look at there. I already got a blood blister just from that little deal. Man. Okay. Now, we're gonna make a parts run. Now, I got everything ready, I think. We'll go get some parts. We'll be right back. Hang tight. Well, here we are. We made it back from the parts store. Had to go get a couple pieces of exhaust pipe to finish up our exhaust pipe back. I'll flip this around. I know I just clamped it. I could have welded it, but I didn't. We needed that little sleeve, put that together. Came back here, Got a new muffler on it. We just put a hanger on it. Should have probably put a down turn there, but I didn't. Maybe at some point we'll run it the rest of the way and get it up underneath the truck, get a tailpipe on it. They didn't have one on hand when I just went there, so that's what we got for now. Over here, you can see our new U-bolts in there. I'm gonna leave them. Parts store didn't have any new ones. I'm gonna order some better ones and get that changed. I did put a new brake line in. They did have that. They didn't have anything longer than 30 inches, so yeah, it doesn't look good. I kinda had to shorten it up right there. But again, this is my shop truck. It'll work. You know, you do what you gotta do. So now we gotta lower it down and bleed them brakes out. And hopefully we'll get the old shop truck back on the road again. There's one more thing. This truck doesn't have a hitch. We might put a hitch on it yet, but let's get that brakes bled out real fast. That's kind of more important than a hitch. So let's get it down. We'll get to bleeding this brakes out, and we'll bring it back when we got everything ready to go. And maybe we'll put a new hitch on it as the truck's going down and my hand's on the release. We'll go down with it for a little bit till we get past that bottom one, and I can let it go. All right, so truck's coming to the ground. We'll get the reservoir filled up. We'll get back there and see if we can't get the brakes bled on our old shop truck here. And I'll bring you back in a minute. We're back. I got this reservoir filled up. She was empty from me dripping it all out the back. You know, I'm used to working by myself here in the shop. Occasionally I got something I can't do by myself, so I'll enlist one of my buddies to swing over quick and give me a hand, or grab my wife and see if she can handle it. And it usually works out real well. But when it comes to brakes, I went to Harbor Freight a long time ago and I bought me one of these air bleeder kits they had on sale here. I'll let you look here. It's by Holt. Now they got, I don't remember what this one was, Holt Industries. It's an air powered one. They do have a smaller, this was on sale, I don't know, 59 bucks, 69 bucks, something. They got a smaller one there. I think I seen that less than 30 bucks. I don't remember, don't quote me. Go to your local Harbor Freight. They got sales all the time. But anyway, they got that, them brake bleeder options for you. I picked this one up because when I'm doing something in the, you know, it's late evening, whatever, I can't always get somebody to come help me pump the brakes. And gravity bleeding, it only goes so far. So I picked this up. Handiest little thing you could ever have. Just hook her to the brake bleeder there in the back. I'd show you, but you know what? This truck's got some newer model wheels on it, some 20s on it, that allowed me to reach right through there and put that on the back of the bleeder. So we're just gonna hook some air to it here real quick. Might get noisy, I don't know. And we're gonna crank that valve open, and we're gonna let her eat. She's gonna start sucking brake fluid. And there's a reservoir deal that you stuck up here in the reservoir up here, so that you can walk away and it stays full and whatnot. But hopefully we'll start seeing that pulling some fluid pretty quick here, and then we'll start adding some. But it's a great, quick, easy way to bleed your brakes by yourself. Now I recommend at some point getting a buddy or wife, whatever, to come in and pump them brakes and bleed it. I don't want to say the right way, but the guaranteed way. I mean, pump her up, get her hard, release it, yeah, do all that. But this is a good way of getting it close, getting it where you need to be, and getting a good jump on it. Now I do have a fan running in the background. It's blowing on me. It's warm in here. The air compressor will probably kick on, so it'll probably get loud. The truck itself is way quieter. We'll fire her up here, and all you'll hear is all 6 of them ponies. Look at that. We can talk. Before, this thing sounded like it belonged on a local dirt track. She was kind of loud and proud. I like it a lot better quiet. You know, you pull into the local drive-through over there at one of them Golden Arches or the King, whatever it is, or the Wendy's. I go, we got a big, hey, we're moving up in the world. We got a big Wendy's in the town now. You pull up there and you got to shut the truck off because they can't hear you. So hopefully now we don't have that problem. We got her quiet, about as quiet as that old 4.3 will get. So I do think that we're going to get these bled out, and I'm going to bring it back. We're going to be under the truck again here shortly. And this truck, as you remember, does have a Tommy lift on it, Eagle lift, whatever you want to call it. I want a hitch on it. I don't like owning a truck that I can't move a trailer with. Now, again, this thing with just a 4.3, it's not going to pull a whole lot, but if I want to hook to the car trailer and move around the yard, or I want to do something, I want to be able to do it. I feel like this truck's kind of needs to be able to do more in order to stick around, and I've decided that it's going to stick around. So, I got a hitch. Came off of a Suburban, about the same vintage. Buddy of mine gave it to me. We're going to try to repurpose that on the back of this truck. Hopefully we can make it work. I did pick up another one that we scrapped out of the truck a while back, and I grabbed that and I brought it with. That one's in the back of the truck, nice and rusty over there. That one, without cutting a weld, we're not going to be able to make that one work. But we do have one leaning against the door back there. That we're going to give it a shot, see if we can't get that on there. And I'm just looking down at the air bubbles. Here, I'll get you closer. You see the air bubbles moving up through that line. As she's sucking away, there's some fluid, some air bubbles. And now if I was down here paying a lot of attention, I'd crank it up and get it rocking. But for now, I'm talking and not paying attention. And so, we'll probably take a second here, get these bled out. I'll bring it back, like I said. We'll be under the truck, and there's that air compressor. So it's a good time to take a break, and we'll try to get a hitch on this thing. We're gonna knock a bunch of stuff out today. Get this old girl in tip-top shape. So I'll see you in a minute. Well, here we are. We got the brakes bled out now, as good as we're gonna get till I get a buddy over here to help me, and we'll do the old pump and dump. Got the exhaust on up there. It doesn't look too bad. We got a new muffler and a new new pipe. We'll see about getting a tailpipe coming back. And got our new Chinese U-bolts in there for now, till I get some better ones ordered, and we'll change them again. I'm learning lessons with the old Jungle website. Some things you should buy, some things you shouldn't. So right now we're gonna see about putting a used receiver hitch on this thing. Oh, my light over there is dying. She's flashing at me. And we'll see if I can't make this one work. It came off of the same vintage Suburban, so let me get it lifted up there. I know that I've got a couple things in the way. Hey, that was really loud. A couple things in the way. I know that these two brackets here on each side that are holding the Tommy lift on are in the way. But I just want to see if this is even going to somewhat line up before I go ahead and take them brackets off and figure out a different way to mount them. So, it looks like it may work. Well, let me hoist this thing up here over my head. They make them heavy. Yeah, she's not gonna work. I'm gonna have to make some spacers because the Tommy lift is too low for this particular hitch to fit it. So I think we can fabricate it to work. But for right now, we'll go without a hitch. So, God dang, my camera's getting out of control, flying all over the place. So yeah, we'll probably call her good for there. And this one, gonna be a short, sweet one. We got a couple things accomplished. Like I said, the exhaust, the broken brake light that I broke, when I was moving some rusty stuff. The U-bolts that, yeah, we're not happy with them, so we'll redo them. And then we got an idea what we got to do to make this receiver fit under here. We will make it fit. We'll do a little fabrication and make it fit, but we'll do that in another video. So if you made it this far, I appreciate it. Again, thanks for watching. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't yet, and we'll keep doing some repairs and some building and all kinds of different stuff on the channel. So thanks for watching. Take care. God bless. And get one thing done every day. We'll see you next time.